Hey everyone, on today's ride we are recapping the Herbalife Cat 3-4 race. This is the first one of the season. Let's jump into the stats. 45-minute race, just over 25 mile an hour average. Today we are riding along with Jake again. He normalized 291. Pretty fun race. Let's go ahead and jump into the action. All right, check the rear cam. We've got like 30 to 35 riders that hit the line. We are 7 minutes in right now. A lot of these riders have already done the first race of the day, so there's a lot of tired legs. And we have Jeremy and a super rider doing the first real prominent attack of the day. And we've got plenty of guys, and we're in great position right now. We're going to kind of let guys come over the top of us, and if they want to be a part of that, we'll let them react, and then we'll fill in as needed. John Chin right there does a great job following wheels as a couple guys go. Some Velocious riders pull through. And as soon as a couple guys leapfrog, we send riders right over the top of them to join in on the fun. So you got about 6 to 7 guys right there, and 3 of them are Newtype. Jake's doing a great job right here, just keeping it smooth on the sharp left-hand hairpin. And you can kind of already see that guys are kind of not super interested in this. This guy on the right in the Quintanar is kind of already relaxed a little bit. And this kind of plays into our hand perfectly. Check the rear cam. We have a teammate on Jake's wheel, and we're going to kind of set a nice, easy tempo and let this breakaway start rolling away. It is early on the ride. Guys are super motivated. It didn't last long. Jake kind of pulls off to the left right here, and you check the rear and the side view. We've already got riders kind of wanting to stitch this thing up, and this breakaway quickly gets reset. All right, like I mentioned, there's a bunch of dirty legs and riders who've already done one race, and that's the same for our team as well. We probably had, I think we had 2 or 3 guys that only had fresh legs. Every other Newtype rider that you see is either they're just trying to get fitness and hang on, or has already raced once. We have Michael with Newtype going up on the left on an attack. Perfect time to attack on the uphill at the start-finish line, and then we have multiple riders following him and trying to latch onto his wheel. We're comfortable with this. We're going to let this thing kind of go up the road a little bit, and we're going to make these other teams and other riders react to this thing. This was the start of about a 5 to 6 minute break, and we had a couple guys that wanted to like leapfrog up to this thing. It didn't really happen. It was a good time. So yeah, one thing to note is we're completely content of disrupting any of these chases that are going to happen. Pretty normal team tactics right here. One thing to note is coming up on this backstretch right now, we have a massive headwind today, so that's going to be a factor all throughout the ride. And a good example of that is Jake's right now. He's on the left side of our teammate, kind of getting sheltered by the wind just a little bit to help save some energy. All right, we're jumping ahead just at 15 minutes in. Check the rear cam. We got a Velocious rider in the rear cam. He is starting the chase. Him, a Benismo rider, and then Jared, our teammate, jumps on that wheel, perfectly timed. A couple other riders want to leapfrog up to that, and they want to try and chase down the leaders. Jake does a great job right here by carrying a ton of speed, a ton of momentum on that sharp off-camber left-hander, and does a great job conserving energy right here. Slots right in, starts disrupting this chase, and it moves on. So there's still those riders up the road. They're not too far away, and we've kind of let some other teams kind of sit on the front to try to pull this thing back. We've just been disrupting this whole time. But with 18 minutes in, guys are super motivated. It's early on in the ride. Here's a big chase effort right here to kind of stitch this thing up. Jake ends up just pulling all the way through to capitalize it. Check the rear cam. There's a couple gaps here and there, but nothing comes of it. This thing ends up getting reset and stitched all back up. All right, just a minute or so later in that lap, as soon as it all gets reset right here, and this thing's getting closed down right now, we have a string of teammates kind of lined up together, positioned really well at the front of the race. It didn't happen too often where we were kind of stuck in the rear. and out of position. So guys did a great job today, making sure they stayed in position, stayed on the front of the race. Well, as soon as the start-finish line happened, our teammate John Chin does a great counter. You can see him way up there in the left, taking the left-hander in first right now. He starts a counter move as soon as the group gets reset from that like 6-minute effort that one of our teammates originally initiated. Now we have a super rider on the inside. He wants to counter and chase that. In my opinion, he waited just a little bit too long. Now he's kind of stuck in no man's land. I've been there before plenty of times. You really have to be super decisive. When the move goes or an attack happens, I feel like if you wait just a second or two and a gap opens up, it can really hurt you and put you in an awkward situation. So we end up absorbing that super rider, and now we just have 3 to 4 riders up the road. And this thing is going to be the start of a bunch of different leapfrogs. So teammate Logan does a great job on the backside in the headwind to snap and get a breakaway, and he's trying to bridge up to the leaders. And over this course of like this next 10 minutes, we're going to have a ton of different riders that are going to attempt to do the same thing. They're going to try and bridge and leapfrog the group. This is going to definitely be the hardest part of the race, where a ton of fatigue is going to set in for these riders, especially if you've already done a 30 to 40 minute race to begin with, and you're in the back. You're really going to be feeling that yo-yoing effect, and it's going to be super hard for you. But the guys have been doing a great job so far tonight, slotting in, really just disrupting the chase efforts. You probably won't see us on the front, but you'll see a second to third wheel anytime it starts to ramp up, just like now, going 30 miles an hour in the middle of the course. And the guys did a great job of kind of just not letting too many people or small teams get organized. We do race with these guys a good amount, so we kind of know who to watch out for, as we have a Velocious and Super Rider putting in a hard dig on the right. Jeremy directly in front of us with Newtype is doing a great job right here, stitching this thing back up for Jake. Jake, again, just like our previous video, Jake is our protected sprinter for the day. So he's kind of just like surfing wheels, disrupting the whole time, and he shouldn't really have to ever get on the front to do a huge, big effort. All right, we are 30 minutes in. So the breakaway's still been up the road, and this attack from this solo rider really started a large effort and surge to stitch this thing up. In my opinion, when our two teammates went up the road right here, Jake does just a great job of kind of just keeping it nice and chill and making other people come around him, making other people do the work. Textbook team tactics right here. He's just going to jump onto a wheel and make them stitch this whole thing up. I thought this was a great move on Jake's part by letting our teammates go up the road and giving us an even better chance to either, one, stay in the breakaway, or if it all comes back together, we can counter over the top of them. But here's a hard effort right here. The group is super strung out, front cam, rear cam. The peloton is stretched out all the way through the middle part of the course. Again, coming in this section right here is a huge headwind. So you really wanted to be careful. Jake, if you notice, most of the time he's on the left side right here trying to stay sheltered. All right, we got teammate John Chin doing a late race attack right here. We have 3 guys that are going to go with him. Again, it's the Velocious and Super Riders. They are super motivated as well. They know we have numbers, so if they can be a part of that breakaway, they know it's going to be a lot easier for them to stay away, because we have teammates, and so does Velocious during this race. Right now, the race official is counting 5 to go. We are 38 minutes in. In my opinion, this was John Chin's, our teammate, his Hail Mary attack. Super late in the race. Sometimes these things can stick, and it's like the perfect move. Other times, they're just really out there to really tire out the rest of the field just that much more and help us out for the end result. All right. This is the end of the race right here. We are coming with 42 minutes in. We're with 2 to go right now, so when we hit the line, it will be 1 to go. All right, Jake has done a great job the entire race, surfing wheels, staying sheltered. Nice little dive bomb right here. No harm, no foul. We're good to go. We are coming in last lap, so position is crucial. Jake's going to do a hard effort right here. Come to the start line for 1 to go. All right, there's bodies all over the course right now. There's lap riders, so it's a little confusing. So the Velocious rider right up in the road in the Miami colors, he is the leader of the race. Ignore all these other riders. Oh, snap. Teammate right there, Jared, just pedal striked coming out of the corner. He stayed up. Good to go. We're still pedaling. All right, ignore all these other riders left and the right of the screen. They are lapped riders. They're all over the course. Too much shenanigans going on. So Jake is in a great position right now running third wheel, but he's got guys coming on his outside. So he's really got to stay positioned right here. With this headwind and him being protected the entire ride, I'm hoping he's going to pop one off. He's talking to Jared. He's telling him to get out of the way. Yes, he does. Here we go. 900 watts blasting around. Oh, here we go. This is a great course. You really want to be the first one in the last corner on this track. Check the rear cam. Got a rider right on his wheel. Benismo rider. Jake's going to give everything he's got. This is an uphill drag. This thing is so hard. Oh, no. Oh, no. The guy's on his left. Where's he at? Where's he at? We don't see him. Boom. There's the line. Dude, super close finish. It was for a bike throw, and Jake took the dub by like a full wheel or half a bike or something like that. I don't have any finish line footage for you, but we got the podium photo. We'll throw it up right now. Dude, another great ride and performance by the squad for some of these Tuesday night Winston Crits. If you guys are in the area, come check them out. Catch you in the next one.